Well, hello there and welcome back to the van. You're just in time for dinner. That was so good. So satisfying. Hey, Rocco. Yeah, full-on winter conditions just basically suddenly set in here overnight, and just like that, I lost all the places that I go to camp and spend the night. So trying to figure out a new lay of the land here of where I can go and see what roads are plowed. Definitely the ones that go out to the big mining sites, I think those are all open year-round. I think the reason I got out this road right here, though, is the forestry workers are still trying to get out to a work site, so they plowed this one. So there's that, and then the other thing about trying to winter in Canada is just like dealing with all the icky road salts. I know the body on this van isn't exactly pristine. It's pretty beat up from my epic 4x4 driving skills, but at least it's not rusty, so it's been a relief to go down to the lower 48 the past 2 winters and just get away from all that. And the thing about living in a van always below freezing temperatures is just how quickly it can get really damp in here. Just bringing in some snow-covered shoes and kicking them off is enough to fog up all the windows. So I've learned it takes a non-stop air exchange to help keep it dry in here, even with the wood stove going. So what I do is I keep the roof vent cracked about 1/4 inch, and then I run it really slow on fan mode. It's running right now. It's just like pushing in a bit of fresh air, and the front 2 windows are cracked. So I'm getting a good air exchange, and that really helps to keep it dry in here. But I brought this up a few videos back, and I had a different problem, which is like these MaxxFan Deluxes are notoriously squeaky, and it's really hard to sleep when this thing's chirping all night long. But with the help of the comment section, I think I finally fixed it. It's not the bearings, it's the brushes, but it's still too soon to celebrate, so I'm going to let it run all night long, and if it's still quiet in the morning, I'll show you guys what I did to finally make a MaxxFan quiet again. Well, it looks like I can claim victory on making the MaxxFan quiet again. I drew up a little picture here to show what's happening and how to fix it. So this is the inside of the electric motor when you first buy it. It's new and quiet. This copper part spins around, and these 2 carbon brushes come in contact with it, but there's very little surface area here because like it's rounded out and it can spin freely. But over time, these brushes, they wear down and they perfectly contour around the copper part, so you get a lot of friction and noise coming out of there. So what I did was open it up. You can pop out the brushes. They're just like spring loaded. Then I used a metal file to like dome the surface on there so that it's just like new again, and it's quiet. If enough people are interested, I'll post a tutorial video on my second channel, More Steve Forrest. It's a very simple job. It takes 15 minutes and some basic tools. I think anyone can do it. But the solution the commenter posted was that there's a new fan available on the market called the Air Plus, which uses a brushless motor, which is supposed to be completely silent and also use less electricity. And guess what? It mounts directly into your existing MaxxFan mounting kit. So I think what this company did was they noticed the thousands of unhappy MaxxFan customers on the market, and they're like, hey, if we create a better product which will directly replace theirs, we'll be millionaires. So good for them. Very smart move. It's too bad. These MaxxFans are a nicely designed product, but riddled with problems. But I was tempted to put in an order on the Air Plus, but now that mine's fixed, like, why add more bulk to the landfill and spend more money? So we'll just keep using this one. Hot tent camping, round 2. We'll raise the stakes a wee bit this time. This road just about touches the Alpine below Fairmont Mountain here in the Canadian Rockies. And it looks like there's some promising slopes. I might be able to ski up there. So I'll try to get about 60% of the way up today, do a camp, then do some skiing tomorrow. I went into Canadian Tire. I was looking for a small plastic sled, just big enough to put my backpack on. Then I could pull it behind me. Then on the way down, just bungee the sled to my backpack and ski down. Might be a preferable way to do things, and at least wouldn't have a sweaty back all day long. So maybe next time we can try that. We've almost gone far enough for today. The sun sets at 4:50, and it's nice to have at least 2 hours to get the camp all set up and the fire going. So I'll keep going a bit further, find a good spot, hopefully with some firewood nearby. Well, this is home sweet home for the night right here. There is some good standing dead right there that should get me through the night. And as an added bonus, there is a creek running right there, so I don't have to spend time melting snow for water. So I'll stamp myself down a good pad right there and get the tent up. It's good to give the tent pegs like 20 minutes so the snow hardens up around it before like you pitch the tent and put tension on it all. So I'll set up the wood stove in the meantime. Let's just take a moment to appreciate how beautiful this camp spot is looking right now. All right, it's time to go get some firewood. I'm so glad that took. I wasn't sure it was. This wood is a little damp, but it looks like we got her. Yeah, I could get used to this whole hot tent thing. It's not like I'm going out trying to do record-breaking speed hikes, traversing thousands of kilometers. This is more about going out, taking it easy, going slow, being comfortable, and like enjoying some extra time in the mountains. That's what this is about. I really like this shrimp curry.
I'll tell you, when I turned pro, I said to my parents, I'm going to buy you a house. And I had coffee at the dining room table. You got to get a picture with my jersey on when I happened to be home that day.
It's 10 o'clock now. I'll stock this thing up one more time and go to bed. Alright, good night everyone. We'll see you in the morning. Just like that, from -5 to 25. It's life-giving. The whole floor is sunk down towards the middle, and my mattress wound up on a bit of a slant, but it slept pretty good here. And the sleigh method on the wood stove did the trick. I could almost put the wood stove right down on the ground now. It's pretty much melted out. Oh, so easy. Slides right in there. Love it. Well, let's go see if we can find something good to ski up here. This powder's pretty deep. How you doing? That looks like she's struggling a bit. You want to ride up in the gondola? We're definitely not a high-speed gondola. We're more of a 1980 T-bar pace. Yeah, it's beautiful out today. Look at this. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, that last video of my first night in a hot tent, that ruined me. I felt hungover for 2 days. There was a whole recovery process after that. It was just the fact I picked a bad spot and it got really windy, but last night went 1,000 times better. And it started the day warm and dry. I feel rejuvenated. As high as I can climb up, so time to get the skins off and go for a ski. Looks like it's gonna be a good run. Well, that was an awful lot of work for 3.5 turns. They were very good turns though, but I don't think I discovered the 51 up there. I suddenly have a craving to go to a resort for the day and get some runs in, but at the very least I got a good leg pump in, so I'm ready for the next one. But get all packed up and try to get back down to the van before it gets dark. Life is just a seamless transition from one wood stove to the next. That's all it really is. But I was thinking, now that I have a hot tent, what if I took the dimensions off that, then ordered some super lightweight Dyneema fabric and tried to make my own hot tent? Like, I know how to sew. I've got a sewing machine. That hot tent, it's meant for year-round use. It's all seam sealed. You can use it on cold, rainy days if you need to dry out. But the hot tent that I would make would be for winter only. Just simplify it to the max. 4 triangles sewed together, a zipper, and a stove jack. Like, that would be it. And I'd be surprised if it weighed any more than a pound. So it's something that I'm seriously going to look into once I have cell service again. But hope everyone enjoyed this episode as I chase my hot tent addiction. Hope everyone is doing good, and I will see you in the next one.